Hey, welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. I'm here with Brent Stover from CBS Sports, my co-host, good friend, and I'm here with the legend. Look, a legendary comedian who I sort of know over the years, got to know a little bit, Bobcat Goldthwait. Bob, what's up, man?
The Bob Scratch Goldfarb, the legend. And I always feel like Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox when they say legend. But
you're an iconic figure in comedy.
I guess. I mean, I think a lot of people think I'm dead, or So I mean, yeah. But that's where I'm at. I have to say, I really don't follow sports.
Right.
I was so riveted by yours. I was like, I could get into sports.
No, yeah. Well, it was. I got to tell you, man. I found out I wasn't as big a sports fan as I thought I was when I stopped gambling.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was gambling a lot, and I had to stop that with everything else. But
I like that this story's from '92.
Yeah.
There's a guy gonna break your legs, and that's not a bottom. You're like going, I still can do this. I'm still in. I'm still having fun.
Bob, when I look back at it, that wasn't even close to bottom. That was like, when I look back at what my bottoms were,
yeah,
that was like halfway there.
And roofing is the actual worst job ever.
Awful, man. And then when it's cold out.
Cold, but how about the summer? The hot tar.
That's probably one of the times that's one of the jobs where winter's bad, but it's a rare one where the summer's actually worse because of the heat.
Yeah, my friend Tony V was in the Cape Cod, and he's like, this summer we're not gonna just F off. We're gonna get jobs. We're gonna make money.
Yeah, right. Makes sense.
So they're doing roofing on the Cape. Him and his buddy, and the guy keeps going, another bucket of hot, another bucket of hot.
Oh yeah.
And so they're wearing overalls, climbing up the stairs with hot tar. And so his buddy's going, I can't do it. I gotta quit. I can't.
That's one of the things in construction where people do quit in the middle of the job.
Yeah. Well, Tony's like going, don't be, baby. We said we're gonna do it. We're gonna finish it. And we're gonna make money this summer. And then they come back from lunch, and the guy goes, another bucket of hot. And Tony goes, your mother's a bucket of hot. He goes, why? He goes, your mother's a bucket of hot. And he just takes the overalls.
Your mother's a bucket of hot.
He just walks to the beach, and the guy's like, I'm not mad.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not mad.
Come back.
No, that is, because you realize you need the guy. You got to start kissing his ass.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, my mother is a whore. Come on back.
Whatever you want to say about my mother for today and tomorrow.
It's fine.
But, yeah, that is
I think if there wasn't guys who owed money, like yourself, they couldn't get anyone to do roofing.
Bobby, you imagine the depression. I was, like Brent just said, what's going through your head? I would be carrying these shingles, and then you're on a steep roof, and you're putting down that black tar paper, the tar, and I'm doing it for nothing. Literally, at the end of 2 6-day weeks, the guy's gonna say to me, "And you owe me $50."
Yeah, you're in the hole. You didn't do it for nothing. You knew that Army was gonna 13. I like that the one guy who gave you a good tip, you got freaked out by. I can't go back to that.
Well, no, it just was it was freaked out.
So specific.
Because yeah, I was like, wow, like this guy's got to know. So I had to make a life decision where, okay, either I just keep going to him for tips to where now I get in a position where I owe him something, which is not good, or I just started.
And hypothetically, this guy, whoever arranged that victory, isn't even afraid of college players.
Right.
They're not even afraid of the Army.
No.
The actual military guys.
Air Force.
That's who they scared. The Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Air Force.
No, yeah. But that's even worse. Yeah, they have planes.
They go, you got drones. I know you got guns and everything. It's 13. I don't really care.
I know you have F-150s.
Yeah, that's nice.
But we have a guy in Staten Island who's in an apartment with a rotary phone in the Daily News.
You like your fingernails? You like your fingernails.
You want to cape them, right?
Here's a picture of your daughter with a Band-Aid on it. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying things happen.
She's a cute kid.
She's a
cute kid. Well, now, you've had, a lot of people, you've had one of the most unique careers. You really have, because you burst onto the scene there with Police Academy.
Yeah.
And this really crazy character.
Right.
And then people see your stand-up, which is real intelligent, smart, really great stand-up comedy.
Thanks.
Which is, I've always been a big fan of it. And you have that character that's still kind of in there, and then you sort of move away from that a little bit, and then you get into directing, and you've directed a lot of really interesting stuff.
I mean, I worked on, people don't know this, I directed the Kimmel Show for 3 years.
You directed, and Jimmy
and I got out of there, I said, I got to lose this loser. He's holding me back.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything.
He's not going to do. He actually got a star on the Walk of. Not actually. I went to the ceremony.
Right, sure.
Jimmy and I didn't leave like in a huff, like harumph. I'm leaving here.
If someone was enemies with Jimmy, I'd say, God, that person's probably the bad person.
Yeah, that's the.
He's that nice of a guy. Yeah.
So
and he's been on 12 years. I mean, he deserves a star, right?
Yeah, he's tenacious. He's smart, and he's hilarious. He's a good guy. So I go to get a star, and my wife, the 09, my newer wife, she says to me, she goes.
The 09 Mrs. Goldthwait.
The 09 still got the new car smell. So she says, listen, I tried to get you a star. This is, like, I didn't know that.
Really?
And she goes, and I go, wow. I was touched. And she goes, yeah, I called up and I said, this is for, they go, who's this for? She goes, Bobcat Goldthwait. And they go, ma'am, the posthumous request is another.
Do people really think you're dead?
Yes, they
now,
think
do you
I'm
think
dead.
it's the association with Kinnison?
Yeah, they think I'm Kinnison, or also because I'm not on, like, reality shows.
Yeah,
and I'm not,
you refuse to do that.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm going to hold out for Snickers.
Well,
But
that's when it's great that when you know how to do stand-up comedy, when you have that skill,
It is.
you don't have to do that. Like, you're in town, you're playing Gotham, great club that I played before right here on West 23rd Street. When are you there?
yeah, there's Friday and Saturday
Friday
night.
and Saturday.
But yeah, that is the thing. It's like if you can do stand-up, and if people come out to see you, it affords you to keep you off of reality shows.
Sure, you don't have to do
basically.
Celebrity Apprentice, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I see the guys on there, and some of them are my friends, and I'm like, I feel really weird, but
It's odd. Like when they come up to you and they ask about it. Did you see the show? And you got to go, well, yeah, you got to fake it, right? Almost like, yeah, great job. You and Dennis
killed
Rodman really sold those ice cream bars on the corner, right?
yeah, it's well, I've got asked to do Celebrity Cadabra.
What is that?
It was
never
it's not what
heard of
you
that.
it's not what you think. It's celebrities doing magic. Celebrity Cadabra.
Okay.
Celebrity Fear Factor. Let's see what else.
Man.
The weight camp one.
Yeah. They've offered Celebrity Fit Club.
Yeah.
They've offered me that several times.
this is their dream team, right?
Yeah,
here.
right, exactly.
Not Kansas.
Now, Brent would not be, he would not be welcome there.
He would not be welcome.
No, but I got offered that a couple of times.
yeah, they had to think. Yeah, and me
Celebrity
too.
Rehab. Celebrity Rehab. I was being courted by Celebrity Rehab. It was probably similar to the negotiations Tom Cruise had with the fourth Mission Impossible. They wanted me on Celebrity Rehab. I was never treated nicer.
I'm glad you didn't do it because you're alive.
Yeah, right.
They're not having a great rate over there.
I said to myself, listen, because, Dr. Drew, I got to know him, and he really is a nice guy, Dr. Drew. I mean, whatever you want to think about it, it's an argument that I probably could see both sides of. But after I firmly said I can't do the show, because I said to myself, do I just want to kill my mother? I mean, if she sees what she's seen already in life that I've shown, I mean, on Celebrity Rehab, it's so embarrassing.
Right.
Going through withdrawal, throwing up into a bucket, and you're next to the bass player for Anthrax or whatever. and I'm like, I can't do that to my mom. But after
That's the high end of things. It's like, Kip Winger, how did this happen? Kip, just hold my head.
Maybe
a cool towel,
I get into a screaming match with Tony Catan at the pool. But even after he knew that, Dr. Drew he called me like once every couple of weeks when I was at my lowest, seeing if I was okay. And I thought that was sincere. But yeah, it's just.
Well, I'll say this: he's not taking the lightweights. He's taking people that are crashing and burning. So that's a reason why a lot of these people do pass away.
Right. But it's a weird
it also
situation.
seems to fly in the face of some traditions of an anonymous program to televise it. I've heard.
Well, the one time they had Celebrity Sober House, and he actually had to close that down. I saw Dr. Drew said that actually got too crazy for
Were
him.
they just banging like crazy?
Yeah, well, the sober houses are like, after you get out of rehab, it's kind of like the halfway house, and they're known for being able to get drugs, like
right. Yeah, I did see some of that where they'd have cops out front.
So he had to stop that. Where you could tell he was always being called at 4:00 in the morning because Dennis Rodman and Tom Sizemore were about to fight.
But sometimes I think that these people's problems aren't necessarily alcoholism and drug addiction. I think
they're
sometimes
crazy.
Or they have other problems. I mean, Vern Troyer,
Oh, yeah, I know.
if he had knees. I guarantee you he'd be off the bottle
Vern
that
Troy,
night.
that's what I mean. Like Vern Troy, you look at him and go, have a drink.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to tell you to stop getting high. I have buddies who call me up. Listen, I'm so lucky that I have a career maybe I can go back to. I have a reason to stay sober.
Yeah.
Some of my buddies work at gas stations, and I'm going like, dude, keep getting high. What do you
Yeah,
wanna-
it's like his bottom actually was falling asleep in a planter. That's not a bad night.
And listen, if you fall asleep in a planter, you don't want to say to that person, stop drinking. Continue. I mean, have something to look forward to.